Today I'm doing a lobby to map scenario where you get teleported to your map. If you die 3 times, you lose, you come back. So we're going to run up here, we're going to teleport to our map, and then we're going to get to play. There we go, my map. And we have our lives up here. Right? I made them kind of big so you can see it. If we die, I know there's nothing on the map. This is just the teleport part and the lives tracking. So if we die, reset character, bah, we lose a life, right? Come back, die again. I should have just done 2. There we go. And last time we die. Ah, bruh. And we go back. We're done. We lost the game. I thought that would be pretty cool, pretty handy to know. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we need to make a lobby. I'm going to hit new, base plate, open that up. By default, this will be my lobby. This is where players will go first when they join my game. I'm going to put some sort of machine in here, like an arcade machine, something cool to click on. I'm under the home. We'll go to toolbox, models, arcade machine, perfect. And we'll just hit this Mario Brothers. Ah, good. No scripts. And it's relatively close to my spawn location. Let me close this. I'm going to alt-click this front part, see what part it gives me. Oh, there we go. Let's call this trigger part so I can find it. I'm going to put a proximity prompt on that part. Looks like there's just a decal on it. Let's hit the plus. We'll do PR, proximity prompt, perfect. We could change this. Play game. Exclamation mark. And then you might want to put a timeout, like a hold duration. Do hold duration like 2 seconds so people don't accidentally click on it and then go to another world. All right, now we'll go to our proximity prompt. I'll hit the plus. I'll add a script to that. And this will be teleport. I'll put the script for this in the description. It's very, very simple. I didn't put any bells or whistles on it. I'm just going to copy it. So this is going to be in the description of the video, but we're going to have to do one small modification. Let's just do a paste. And you can see here we have the teleport service. We are going to need the placeId. And then basically we're creating a table of players to teleport, but I'm doing it locally. So when we get the code, only one player is in that table and will be teleported over. You'll just have to make some modifications here if you want to teleport several people over. All right, let's get this ID right here so we can go to our place. Let's go to our base plate. We don't have a place yet. We can do that easy enough. We're going to go to view, and then this is the asset manager right here. Click on that. It says, got to save your game first. That's all right. Save your Roblox. I'm going to turn team create off, and I'll call this 3 lives video. And we'll just save it. There we go, close. Now our asset manager is populated with things. Let's double click on places. We have the 3 lives video right here. That's the lobby. Let's go ahead and hit add new place. Nice. Let's rename it to something like my map. My map. Now I'm going to get the ID for my map. I'm going to right click and we'll go to copy ID to clipboard. We're going to go to our teleport script, right? And if you lost it, it's on the proximity prompt right here. We're going to paste that ID, Control V. And you could just paste the number value too, but I always put it in a string. They both work. All right, now we can go to that place when we click on this, but you can't teleport in Roblox Studio. You have to teleport using Roblox Player. So I'm going to test it after I get a few more things done. Now we have to go and open our map. So let's go back to our workspace, view, and then we'll go to asset manager. Let's double click my map. I'll pause the video while it's opening up. So I'm at my map, and we're going to have to keep track of our lives. So we're going to need a graphical user interface or a GUI that holds the little hearts for our lives or whatever icon you want. So I need to keep track of my lives too. I'm going to need a script. Let's go to server script service, hit the plus, add a regular script, and we'll call this PlayerStats. PlayerStats. There we go. I don't have a leaderboard in this one, but I will put the code in the description for this too. Go to the description in the YouTube video, find the code that says PlayerStats, and do a Control V. Right? So I have a few notes. We're going to have to modify this, and we'll have to add the TeleportService and the home ID too. But you can see that we're putting PlayerStats on our player. We're going to have a value called lives, and it's going to be set to 3. And then in the initPlayer, we have a died event right there after the character added event. And this is where we're going to subtract lives. When lives equals 0, boom, you go back. So we need to go back to our map here. And we need to get a GUI, a graphical user interface, to represent those lives that are on our player. And then we'll teleport back at the end. Let's go to our starter GUI, hit the plus, add a screen GUI, hit the plus, add a frame. Let's name the frame lives frame, lives FRM. How about that? Let's move it in place. Here's our frame. So I'll go ahead and change the anchor point. Perhaps I'll make the anchor point 0.5 and 0. Puts the anchor point right there. And then we're going to move our frame right about here. Go to our position. Here's position. And I will make that, say, 0.66, which is 2/3 of the screen GUI on the X. 0 pixel offset. And then I'm going to put it right at the top. 0 on the Y, 0 pixel offset. Boom. That's pretty good. And you can move it around if you need to. Size. I think I'll make the size 30% of the screen GUI, 0 pixel offset on the X. 10% of the screen GUI on the Y, 0 pixel offset. So this is in 0 to 1 scale. So 0.3 is 30%, 0.1 is 10%. Let's hit the enter. Boom, there we go. We got a little frame, but we don't want the background. We just want the lives. And it is a pretty big frame. We could make that smaller. That's all right. You might want to have a lot of lives. I'm going to scroll to the top, look for background transparency on my frame, hit a 1, voila. The frame is just a container now. You can't see it. Let's go to our lives frame, and I'm going to add an image label. Hit the plus. And then if it doesn't show up, you can do IM up here in the search, but I see it. Image label. The size isn't quite right. Let's take a look at that. Let's rename it too. Let's call it Life LBL. That's a life label. And let's change the size. I'm going to go down here. Size. Oh, it's in pixels. I want this 100% on the X. 0 pixel offset. 100% on the Y, 0 pixel offset. Boo, but that looks all squishy, right? That's all right. We're going to hit the plus sign on the lives label, plus, and then I'm going to do a UI aspect ratio constraint. Look at that. Now it's a nice little square. Cool. What else am I going to do? Let's get a little image in here too. So let's go to home. Let's go to toolbox. And then under the marketplace, I'm going to look for images. And then maybe I'll just look for a heart or a Pac-Man or whatever you want. What do we have? Look at that. I like this one, although it doesn't quite fill up my image label. I think I'm going to go with it anyway because it doesn't look like it has a background. So I'm going to right click, copy asset ID. I'm going to go over to my image label. I'm going to look for where it says image. Here it is. And this is where you could add an image from your computer. So if you click this, it's going to go to your computer and you could upload an image. I'll do a paste for that ID that I copied on my heart. There we go. That's cool, but I don't want the background of the heart. Let's go to our life label, scroll up, Look for background transparency, make it 1. Nice. Now, if we add more lives, let's do a Control D to duplicate that. Oh, we don't see them. Why don't we see them? Because they're one on top of the other. Let's add a list layout to our frame so that they're organized nicely and we don't have to calculate things out with position. So I'm going to go to my lives frame. I'm going to hit a plus on the lives frame. I'm going to hit a UI list layout. Oh, look at that. It's listing them downward. That's all right. Go to your UI list layout. Look for fill direction. Boom, horizontal. Oh, I missed it. Boom, horizontal. There you go. And then if you add another one, Control D to duplicate. Oh, look at that. It puts them in a nice little list. That's what I want. All right, I'm going to get rid of 2 of these right off the bat. I'm going to take the one we have. I'm going to put it in replicated storage because I want to populate that frame with the lives that I have in my player stats. Let's get our lives frame to get the information from the player stats so we know how many life labels to clone to our lives frame. So I'm going to go to Screen GUI, hit a plus on the Screen GUI. I'm going to put a local script on there and I'm going to call this update lives. Update lives. I will put this code in the description too. It is going to be called update lives. So do a Control V after you copy it from the description. Boom. Or you can go ahead and type this in, right? There's a lot of code right here. It's not that hard though. If you'll notice, I have a start lives here because when we start the script up, we are going to start with 3 lives and I'm not reading the player stats at startup. So what we definitely have to do is go to Screen GUI, go down to Reset on Spawn and uncheck that. Otherwise, every time you die, you're going to get 3 lives. Then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the lives changed event. So this is the lives that is on my player stats. Roganus mentioned this in the one video. I thought that was a great idea, so I figured I'd do it this way rather than using the remote event. So when we come down here, at first startup, we are going to update our lives with the start lives. From there on out, we're going to look at the player stats. Let's open our player stats script, finish this off. So up here, we're adding our data to the player. I'm going to add 2 more variables that we're going to need. We're going to need a local TS for TeleportService, game, GetService, TeleportService. Make sure you don't get the tween one, right? And then we're going to need an ID to go home. So local home ID, and that's going to be a number. We need to go to our lobby. So let's go to our lobby real quick. There it is. We need that number. That's our lobby. So we'll go ahead and right click, copy ID to clipboard, go back to our map. See, I'm in my map, and then I'll just do a Control V to paste that number right in here. All right, now we're going to go down to the died event. We haven't subtracted lives yet. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get our player, right? That gets passed in, and then I'm going to get my player stats off the player, the folder on the player, lives.Value, and that's going to equal lives.Value minus 1. Well, we could do it like this. We could do a minus equals 1. That's going to take the old value from the lives, subtract 1. When this number reaches 0, Control C. Let's just modify this a little bit. If lives, which is stored right there, equals 0, we'll teleport home. I can get rid of that note. And we'll just do a TS teleport home ID and then the player that you want to teleport. All right, we can test the subtraction of the lives, but we're going to get an error right here because you can't teleport in Studio. Let's go ahead and save it. Oh, actually, one more thing I want to do before I save it. Let's go to our Screen GUI. I'll bring up my map. On the screen GUI, if we have our insets, our GUI insets not selected the way I want them, here it is, ignore GUI insets. Check that so that our hearts go up near the top. Otherwise, they're going to be dropped down a little bit. So select that. Now we'll save this off. Publish to Roblox. We can play this by losing hearts. We just can't teleport. So let's just quick try it. View output window. Right, there's my hearts. I'm going to kill myself. Reset character. Reset. Ah, good. We lost a heart. Awesome. When we come back, make sure you don't get any more. You'll have to do the reset on spawn thingy. Yeah, let's do one more. All right. And if you do one more, you'll get the error, right? Can't teleport in studio. Say, okay, turn this off. Save this off again if you can't remember if you saved it off. Go to your lobby. Boom, there it is. Save that off. Publish to Roblox. And then we're going to open this up on the web page, on the Roblox web page. All right, I'm at roblox.com, logged in as SimTechGamer7. Let's go ahead and get our game, create, and then we'll go under experiences, 3 lives video. It's private, but I can play it. So I'll go ahead and select it. View on Roblox. All right. We'll hit play. I'll pause that while it's starting up. I'll pause the video while it's starting up. There I am. I'm in my game. No sound effects or anything. Oh yeah, play game. I'm going to do it. All right. I don't have any little GUIs telling me that I'm teleporting, but there I go. Don't have to wait long. All right, I got my lives. Let's go ahead and do it. Reset. Boom. Come back. Reset. Boom. And one more time. Reset. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. The lives video. So if you don't want them to pop up back there in the world, right? You want to make sure that your spawn time is longer than the teleport time. So let's go ahead and leave. Let's fix that real quick. All right, so our spawn time is pretty quick. I'll get my game. Yeah, right here. And let's go to players. And then we're going to look for respawn time. I said spawn time. Go ahead and make that like 5 seconds. Right, 5 or 6 seconds. I didn't want to keep it that long for the video though. 5 seconds will do it. Right, 5 seconds. That way you don't come back in the world and then get teleported out right away. You want to die and then wake up in your lobby.